will make sure that I will keep it on time. So I'd like to start with the first question, and we'll start maybe with Uncle, and we go on to the sisters. Tell us about how your journey with Swami began, and how did you get to know him?
Sai Convention. My journey with Swami was somewhere in 1995, towards end of 95, 96 early, where I was in Sigamat. So I was told by Dr. Rama, I'm sure the senior devotees know Dr. Ramachandran, one of the pioneers, very beautiful man, very nice man. So he was having a Balgi class in his house. So someone told me you can send your children. So I had my children at the time, 2 of them, I sent to his house. So I told them, you can go and learn. I'm not a devotee of Satisai. I used to go to this temple occasionally. I'm not a very pious guy also. So when I sent my children, I told them, our guru is Adi Shankara. So you go, you learn everything, but still keep in mind that Adi Shankara is our guru. So the children went and attended. They were going for 1 year. Then one occasion, Dr. Rama called me, why don't you come to the center? But he used to see me in temples. So I said, okay, I'll go. When I went, one message he was telling, Swami says, don't leave me in the altar. I'm not in your altar alone. I'm around you. Just now somebody was saying, around you, above you. I'm your father, I'm your mother, I'm everything. That really pondered me. How come Swami is such a great, so powerful? Is something bothering me? Then one day I went to the center. I was listening to Dr. Rama called me immediately. Hey, this is Brother Govind. Can you next week, can you talk about the Indians, 63 Nayan Mas? I'm sure you know Nayan Mas. He asked me to point one to talk. Actually, I have no experience also. So I said, never mind, I'll try. So this is how I contacted with the Sai Center. And slowly, in the year 1997, there's a small temple in Sugamat, Muttappan temple. Muttappan is actually normally the Malayali community celebrating. So they want to make the temple as the Meenakshi Sundareswara temple. So Dr. Rama was appointed as the building chairman. Then I was appointed as assistant. So that's why I was very close with Dr. Rama. I'm sure Sister Boo knows that Dr. Ong knows about Dr. Rama. He's the state, now we call it state coordinator. At that time, he's the regional coordinator. So sometimes he called me, Govind, are you free this evening? Yes, come and go to Batu Pahat. This is how I used to travel with him. He talks a lot of Swami's messages. So slowly I'm coming to the fore. In 1999, regarding the temple, we went to India to order things for the temple, statue and so many idol things. So Dr. Rama told me, come, we go to India, but we spent our own money. We didn't take the temple money, we went. And slowly by the time I'm coming to the Sai pole, I know, I didn't know a lot of passion, a lot of, I want to know more about Swami. While going before, 1 week before, he had a bhajan in my house. Then I didn't have a picture of Swami, a small picture of me, only the children's one. I didn't have a big photo. So he gave me. After the bhajan, I walked in my house. I used to see the picture, I hang on the wall. Then I feel something is slowly going to touch the feet. I walk and then come. Every time I pass by, I touch the feet. Then slowly, every morning, I start touching the feet. So slowly, Swami coming to my life. We went to India, Chennai first. 1 week leave we took. From Chennai we went to Kanchipuram because the temple, everything ordered by I'm sure you all know Ekambareswara temple in Kanchipuram. The Asthana Stabadi is the main man who was doing the temple in Sugama. So we went to his house. So we went in the house, we saw in the Swami's the altar, all the big Swamis, the Gurus, and suddenly I saw a picture of Swami there. Then Dr. Rama was telling, how come he became a Sai devotee? We asked him. So the Subbaya, his name is Subbaya Stabadi, is the Asthana Stabadi of Kanchipuram. So he told, Puttaparthi, there's a super specialist hospital. The main doom in Puttaparthi, Swami instructed him to come and do. He did the doom. So that is why he got close relationship with Swami and he was doing the doom in the Puttaparthi. So the next day, I have a long vision to have the Kanchipuram Kamakshan. I have a Kamakshaman in the So I was thinking I can get a chance to go Anga Pradakshanam. I was thinking very long, I was in my mind. So at that day, because his relationship with the temple very close, so the son took me the next morning. I had Anga Pradakshanam. I don't know, I'm sure you all know, anyone who goes to Kanchipuram, the Mudasthanam is a place where I did the Anga Pradashanam. So I become so devoted. Swami, he fulfilled my desire. So the next day we went to Bangalore. After 3 days, we went to Bangalore on the 4th of April 1999. So we get down in the morning. We took a bus. We reached Bangalore in 5:30 in the morning. So we asked for the car, and then the car rental was very high in the early morning. So Dr. Rama booked the auto. About 20 kilometers or more than that, I think. More than a half an hour journey. We reached Whitefield. When we reached the main entrance of the Whitefield, Swami's car was coming out. Purple color car was coming towards the entrance. He's actually leaving Whitefield. Then Dr. Rama told me, "Ayo, Govind, unfortunately, Swami is leaving." Then the car was coming. As the first time I'm seeing Swami in physical form, and I saw the Whitefield. People are showering flowers on Swami's car. Something is I never seen before. Both sides. And the car comes close to the main gate. We are opposite the road, just opposite to the entrance. The car came in, and I was so curious. I wanted to see Swami how he looks. The car came slowly, moving very slow, and the people along the street crowded. Everybody started pouring flower at the car. Slowly, I started moving. The car was moving slowly. I wanted to see. I saw the driver, but I cannot see Swami. So I went. I started walk and start running. So the car was moving, going fast. So until about 50 to 60 meters, I think I ran. But before that, Dr. Rama told me, "Be careful, here a lot of pickpocket and bags." So I completely forgotten about everything. I was crying. Because before that, I used to tell Swami, "How can you all pray to man?" And this kind of words I told you earlier. So when I ran, I talk in Tamil, leave me. "Swami, please, go mother kartengna, paakano." It's a sincere prayer. So I ran. While running, I was crying. I know I'm crying. Until about 50-60 meters, I can see Swami was sitting at the back. But he didn't see me, was looking straight. But I saw the darshanam, the first darshanam, physical darshanam in Swami's sky in 4th April 1999. Then I came back. Then I was thinking, Dr. Rama, he was there. I must tell you, Dr. Rama, I'm sure some of the seniors knows that. A very wonderful man, very loving man. So he was so happy to see me. He didn't expect me to cry for Swami because I'm not a Sai devotee. So he was asking me, Govind, are you happy? Very happy, doctor. He saw me crying face. He was crying. You can understand, sometimes he sees devotees, they are so devoted to Swami. When he saw somebody is earning for Swami, and he saw me, he was sort of like Ananda Kani. We went to the ashram, and that was 4th of April 99. The last day, and we have to leave, we will go back to Chennai. That is the 7th April 1999. Swami was coming in the morning darshan. After that, we have a 2 p.m. we have a flight back to Chennai. So Swami was coming in the darshanam very far. And Dr. Rama holding the letters from the devotees of Sigamat. So I'm sitting beside him. Swami was at another corner. When he come, he walked around, and then suddenly he moved to the other side. He came to the row which we are sitting. I don't know, so much of it, I'm crying. So I saw Dr. Rama. He see me, and then he was so happy that one non-Sai devotee coming in, earning the Swami's darshan. Swami came, and then he walked the other side. Then he came in, about 4 or 5 seats before me. I think maybe Chinese or Korean is asking for vibhuti from Swami. I saw very clearly. Swami put a hand and he took the vibhuti and gave it to him. Very beautiful smell, that fragrance smell. Then I saw when he coming from, I don't know, so much of padatram, so much of I don't know what to do. Swami came right in front of me. He stopped. Dr. Rama is here, myself here. He was holding the letter. Stopped in front of me, and Dr. Rama gave the letter. I didn't see that. I only saw his palm. I touched for the first time. So soft that I cannot explain. So beautiful. Then Swami took that's all, but Swami didn't see me. 3 times I took the Pada Namaskaram, then Swami went off. That is my first experience, and wonderful. It touched me a lot, and I become a Sai devotee completely.
Thank you. Uncle. Sis Jeanie, I understand your experience with in getting to know Swami is slightly different than that. If you could briefly share with us your experience in getting to know Swami.
Sairam, everyone. Yeah, my journey with Swami started with Brother Jagadisan's book, Journey to God, Part 1. And actually this book was given to my husband by one of his friends. He gave a stack of books, signed books. But at that time, we didn't know who Swami was yet. And then the books were lying in the house for many weeks. And one night, I out of curiosity, I went to pull out one of the books, and I saw that on the book cover was a smiling face of an Indian man. You see? And I think there was something like a light, and the third eye later I came to know. So that book, when I put it up, I started to read it. It was night time already. My husband was at that time doing night clinic. So I was at home with the children, and then I opened the book and started reading, and then it captivated me so much because there are so many miracles in that book, you know. Then when my husband came back from work, I quickly showed him the book. I said, "This is such a wonderful book. It's about this person called Sai Baba." And then I said, "Why not we read the book together?" So we read the book together, and until 4 a.m. in the morning, you know. Yeah, and when I finished reading the book, I told myself I must look for a Sai Baba center. But then who? Where to find the center? Who to ask? And right at the back of the book, there was this page where there were addresses and phone numbers, and one of it was in Mithran. This is where I live. And when I saw the phone number, I was so happy, you know. So I told myself, when morning comes, I must phone this person. So I called, and the lady told me, the Sai Baba Center is at the Mithran Tamil School. So without wasting any time, I took my children, because my husband had night clinic, so he couldn't join. So I took my children, and we attended Sai Bhajans. It was also strange to me, really strange language and all that. And from there, that is history. That's how.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think if you look at Sister, I don't know if you sense, but you know, from where I am and speaking to her, there's just so much of humility in her and the way that she shares. And thank you for that, Sister. Sister Sevita, you could share.
Sairam dear all, having a beautiful session today. I was so overwhelmed after seeing the children performing that I was like, oh, bad time coming on stage now, because I always get overwhelmed when I see the children who are the future of the world performing. So yeah, thank you all for a beautiful session. So my journey with Sai was a very simple but sweet one. I used to go for Sai Virgins since I was a child, when I was like 4 years old, 5 years old. My grandmother used to go for weekly Sai Virgins. I didn't have any connection. I used to go there for the first 10 minutes, look at him and ponder upon why is his hair like that. You know, that was the statement I go through my mind every single week. I go for bhajans there, and then after the 10 minutes sitting for bhajans, I would go out and start playing. I was a notorious child. So but however, I always had people in my life who would help me stick on to him, stay with him. From my mother putting me into EHV classes, my sister keeping me on track. Always had people guiding me through to meet him and to be with him, you know. So I started going for Bhavikas from center to center. I would say EHV class, hopping from one center to one center. Finally, I gave up, you know. So there's a small period in time where I didn't go for EHV classes. I think was when I was 13 to about 14. So when I was 15 years old, my sister one day came to my room on a Sunday morning and told me, "Get up from sleep, you are going for EHV classes." I said, "No, I'm not going." Then she told me, "No, you are wasting your Sunday mornings." I'm like, "Okay, let's try it out." The very first day I went for EHV classes when I was 15 years old, I was totally drawn to him. That was what I would say my calling to Sai, because my gurus were amazing. I learned the amount I learned in every single classes I went home and taught my parents. I don't go to school and come back and teach my parents anything. But after going for EHV classes, I came back every single week and I taught my mom, and she was inspired, and she used to thank my guru so much for the amount she has taught me. Since then, there was no turning back. The next year I went for Yatra with the teen youths. And then I went to uni where we had a Virgin unit. So wherever I went, he stood by me. I had people, I owe to all the people I've come across that they always kept me on track, always guided me to him. So thank you everybody. Thank you to all I've come across in my life.
Thank you, sister. So it's one of those where she had known Swami for so many years, but all it took is that one particular moment or one particular person that clicked and that aha moment kind of came through. Thanks, sister. Next question, maybe I'll start with Sister Jeanie for this. Is we've heard many inspiring stories, and really this session is about transformation. I remember you mentioning that there was one particular transformation that you connect to, or you see Swami in that entire process. If you could share about that, sister.
Thank you. Yes, I recall many years back when I was doing EHV class with some primary school Chinese children. So I did that in my house, and one day I got a call from a teacher from another Chinese school. She asked whether I could take in one of their students, and she said this boy is very difficult to control. He is always creating havoc in school. The headmaster and the teachers don't know what to do with him, and they kind of given up hope on him. I think they must have heard about this EHV class from their friends. So I told her, yes, please bring him to my house for the next EHV session. And what happened was the mother brought him instead. And when the mother stood at my doorway with the boy, the mother said in Hokkien, meaning he's very naughty. And then my immediate response to her was that, I said, no, children are not naughty, So when I said that, the boy stared at me with a very strange look in his face. So anyway, I told the mother, I will take him in, you come back when the class ends to bring him back. So I took the boy in, and he came in very nicely and very obediently. He didn't look naughty at all, even though he looked big size and quite burly for his age. So he joined the other children to sit on the floor, and then the lessons went on. Then he kept coming back for more lessons, and after a few months, he had to move on to secondary school, so he couldn't join anymore. So I kind of lost contact with him. And then many years later, the teacher who phoned me about him, I met her, and then she said, do you know the boy who went to your EHV class? He has passed out from university now. Yes. And I was so very happy to hear that. I know Swami's values help him. And I felt that the way the mother spoke to me, first time I knew that the boy maybe did not receive much love from the family. So in my heart, I knew that it is Swami's love that caused him to change, to transform. And I'm so happy that his life is saved by Swami, that now he's a successful person, grown up and even managed to go to university. So that is a very wonderful.
Thank you, sir. I think very often when we hear about children, when we talk about children who have kind of benefited the program, we think about those who have they're confident, they're public speaking, they do well in school, and we always talk about those students. But this is one of those where it's one of those child where even the mother had given up, and all it took for the child to feel Swami's touch is one person who did not give up on him. So thank you, sister. Sister Sevita, your passion seems to be in a community which we may not be able to see transformation as much, which is the animal care part. You don't really get to observe, I guess, or I may be wrong, where how the dogs may transform in their life per se. But how does that keep you? What do you see in terms of transformation in that sense?
Thank you, brother. So. I'll just tell a bit of what we as a team do every Sunday. So we have a team of 4 to 8 volunteers, the Parasa young adults who are very dedicated in animal care, animal service, where we collaborate with an NGO known as Papan Souls, where we feed 200 to 300 dogs, puppies every Sundays. It's actually a dump site where the council actually dumps the stray puppies and dogs. So we have taken up the day Sunday to feed them. So they live in very harsh environments, the dogs. There is no food, there is no shelter. We have constructed a few shelters for them, but there is no water, clean water for them. So there are dedicated volunteers who feed them every day. We take slots. So our team from Parasai and young adults have been doing it for the past 4 years on Sundays. So this thing has come to my life during MCO, and when I was a houseman, that time I didn't have much time to actually go and feed, but on and off I used to. Subsequently, the joy in feeding them, I tell you, you just put the food on the paper or the leaves, and when they start eating and then they turn back and look into your eye and you like, that's it, that is bliss. That is my bliss, when we actually see them in happiness, wagging their tails. I do not say that they transform because they are just pure souls, but through feeding them, we actually transform ourselves. You know, other than feeding, we actually clean their enclosures, which we construct. We medicate the injured ones. We even bury those that have passed on. We even we have buried like 100 over dogs and puppies. Even last week we have buried one, and you know, we have buried them in places where we already have carcasses there. So it's like, you know, there's so many of them, and they live in such harsh environments, yet they are so grateful that for that one meal, while we have 3 meals and we are not as grateful as them. So that teaches me to always be grateful to them. Rather than learning from humans, I work in a hospital where I could learn from so many humans, which I do, but the dogs have transformed me. I'm kinder, I try to be kinder now, I try to be more grateful in my life. So yeah, the transformation is to me, although I'm still going through it and trying to transform more, but definitely we are transforming rather than them.
Thank you, sir. I think it's amazing, you know, the fact that, you know, it almost feels like it's a thankless job, and it's you don't really get to hear that thank you, or you know, you can't really see that face of appreciation per se. But I think just the fact that you know that they are more comfortable, the fact that they don't go hungry, and the fact that after they passed on, I mean, even to do that, I think it's amazing that, you know, and I see the photos of the work that's done by the young adults there, and a round of applause to all of you out there who continue to do it. Thank you.
Can I just add, the most important thing we do would be to really give them a lot of love, because we actually do hug them and, like, you know, pet them and just keep that moment with them. We take photos with them. A few of us are actually photographers for the official page. So that is why we do that, is because today we see them. Next week when I go there, I may not see them anymore. That is how harsh the environment is. That's how we live in the moment. We cherish them every moment. Yeah. So that is one of the most important things we do.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Yes. Yes.
I'm so amazed at what work they're doing. I would like to draw their attention to the Pure Life Society. Mother Mangalam is not there anymore, and they really need people to hug the children. So if you can hug the dogs, please go and hug the children. Okay? They just run and come and give you a big hug. And Dr. Ambika Srinivasan has now taken over, and she doesn't have much time. So I think Bimal has gone over and he's doing some work. But I'm always amazed, if you can hug a dog, you can hug a child. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Auntie. Thank you. I know we all enjoyed the hugs earlier, and I can imagine what it will do to the children as well. Thank you, Auntie. Adil, I think the space in which you worked, I think it's sometimes one that we may think twice, or we may be a bit more cautious. I remember you mentioning about the work that was done with the Henry Gurney prison. If you could share briefly about that experience with them.
Saira, before going to Henry Gurney, coming to service after the first visit of Swami in 2000, Dr. Rama appointed me as a service coordinator for the first time. So before the service coordinator time, I never served anyone. First time Dr. Rama called me, Govind, there is a family, son is in prison, then the mother left the home, the old lady with the old man with 3 children going buy some groceries and went to the store. So I went and buy myself. I took one of my friends. We went to the house. It's a big far inside from Sagama, Baru inside. Then we went to the house, very poor condition. But they have a small what you call a cow farm. They have about 5 to 6. They already came, the children. And then we gave the things. I say we are from Sati Sai Baba. We are giving the groceries. And I mentioned Dr. Rama's name also. She straight away come and hold the hand and tell me, "Yeah, rumba sandosha." And then she's crying. The first service I ever done in the dry ration in Skamat, she crying and she said, "I'm very happy. I was thinking how to feed the children. My husband is an old man, is helping taking care of the cows and all, but nobody to support. Son is in prison." So we sit there and we listen to the story. Then I called the children. I saw them, the clothes are a bit not very clean and old. Then are you going to school? 2 of them are going to school. Then I asked them where the uniform. Uniform was so torn and very old. So I told them straight away. I never talked to the chairman, but I straight away, we will buy the clothes for you. Tomorrow we'll come and take them to the shop. I went and told Dr. Rama. That was my first experience. Then Dr. Rama said, immediately go. We go and buy it. We bought the uniform for them and gave them. That is one. And one more, Deepavali. In Sagama, what we do? Hospital, this is a very much earlier. I mean, we go to the hospital, they write down the names, we talk to them, then we put it in the altar and pray. So, happened one day after Deepavali, it was my turn. I went to the hospital, Sigamat. One elderly man was sitting, about 63, 64. It was a very sad face. When I went, I saw the name Indian, so Deepavali, someone I wished him. Deepavali Vartakal and went and sit with him. Then I introduced Sati Sai Baba Center. I was wearing the Sai t-shirt also. Then he saw me. Suddenly he was thinking why I come there. I told him about Sati Sai Baba and I just talked to him. He straight away hold my hand and start crying. And what happened was, Deepavali was yesterday. Deepavali day, he got 3 children, one in Penang. He told the story. There was one son came with his wife, both of them are teachers, and a grandson about 5 years old. They gave him, he was wearing the sarong in the hospital. This is the one he gave him. He was here hardly 5 minutes. And the son gave the sarong to the grandchild, gave to the father, and they left. Is this what I want? Yeah. He's trying, actually looking for somebody to shower a little. I went there coincidentally, it was my duty there. At that time I was thinking, Swami, why you are placing me? I understand now. That important is our seva to the people who really need this experience. Then coming to prison talk, I'm in Malacca. That is in Malacca. I come back to Malacca. There as a service coordinator, Swami given me a chairman first day 2009. So we have organized. We don't have any prison talk in Malacca. Only Hindu Sangam was organizing. So in the Hindu Sangam, they don't have enough people. So Mr. Velayathan was the president of the Hindu Sangam in Malacca. He called me, "Will you come and help me?" I said, "Can, no problem." I like, because now I'm the police officer for the past so many years. So I used to talk to the children. Very karma, anbao, so they know about me. So I said, "Can." They applied through the Jabatan Keselamatan Dalam Negara. So we got about within 2 months I got approval. We went to the prison. Henry Gani is under 21 years old. So we went there with voluntary. Yeah? So under the ticket of Hindu Sangam, I saw the boys all young boys, all young, 17, 18, 19, below 21. So many different cases. And then we got to do the prayer. Asked them, "What Swami you committed?" He said, Jadhamuni. Jadhamuni I never heard. And then one more, Sudigata Kali, this kind of environment. Slowly we changed them. And at one moment, I asked them out of 60 boys, sometimes they'll come 59 and like that. And then out of the 61, 7 of them taking beef. They told me, "Uncle, I take beef, no choice." No. Then I told me, myself and Mr. Velayathan explained to them, beef is a very like mother. We cannot eat beef. So the following week we went. They took their hand. They themselves come and told me, "Uncle, Ayya, Madu Saparadilla. Are you sure? Bazuba say, no, we already give up." Not only that, they wanted to come and hug. That was during COVID time. Then he told the boys, asked me, yeah, can I come and hug you? Vedanathan sir told me, be careful now, COVID time and all. But I don't know why. Sometimes, no, come. They come and hug. They feel very, they feel very proud, and I am very, very happy to hug them. Because they come and fell in the lake. I say, don't. No. They say, they respect, they want to come and fell in the lake. So we have to take out the shoe when we go to the class. They themselves want to do. And they change. I ordered about 100 books from the Divine Life Society in KL. And we passed to the prison, Bangara. We told them we want to conduct the classes. So the first, I'm sure you all know, Jaya Ganesha, Jaya, the whole thing. Now they keep chanting, now they don't look at a book. I'm not taking seriously, go to prison, Henry Gani. They continue after 1 year, they already complete, they know without memorizing already. From Jatamuni, from wherever, the Chudigar Kali, now they can do meditate. They know Sudha from Satisar. That is a very, very unique experience.
Thank you, Uncle. Thank you, Uncle, for not giving up on them and I think going beyond the comfort zones to be able to see that journey through with them. Thank you, Uncle. I'm mindful, I think we are almost up with time, and I'd just like to end with, just for each of them, I think we've all been inspired, and I think we all look for that inspiration for us, and I'd like to just end with each one of you. If you could just, in a few words, share what is that sadhana that you take or that you connect to the most in your journey to continue to connect with Swami. Maybe we can start with Sister, what that may be.
Okay, so yes, brother. Sadhana, which actually I have two, which I always do it in my daily life, which helps me connect with Swami. One is to actually, when we do our daily prayers in the mornings, I try and send love and light in advance to everyone I'm going to meet and I may encounter in my daily life, because we go through multiple emotions in life. I'm trying to tone down the anger and the jealousy and all that before I actually meet the person. So yeah, that's my daily prayer, which I try and do every day. And also the constant reminder of God, where I try and say the Gayatri Mantra and think of Swami as at any moment of my life, from eating, bathing, to walking down the corridors at work, at every moment, a constant reminder, and hopefully soon it will become just a natural thing for me. Yeah. So that two sadhanas, which I feel is very, very crucial in my life.
Thank you, Sister. And Sister Jeanie?
Yes, Saram. For me, I've always loved Swami's maxim, the one he says, be good, do good, see good. Nah? Because he said that is the way to God. And I try to practice that on a daily basis. Whatever I do, I try to incorporate that into my life.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you for sharing this.
Sarah, Swami says, I'm one arm of the sister, the other arm you come and join together. We will cut the cloth of Dharma Spavana. So our work is very open. So we must be, just now you saw somebody, our brother Arvind was talking so much on religious service and all. So my last wish is, until my last, I've seen in Laka, Uncle KK Nair, he was 90 plus, he come to the center, so many of them, even Uncle Seshagiri is 89, you missed this, this convention, but I'm seeing all these people. So my wish is, until my last breath, hope Swami let me walk. We must go to the nearest center, be with the Sai family, because that is the one give us the, so much of devotion, the movement with the public. In Malacca, I must tell you before that, we are not, Swami always says, don't keep your work within the four walls. That is very, very important. I'm always coordinating with the Hindu Sangam, Hare Krishna, the many NGOs in Malacca. Just tell me they know. The 21 Tamil school in Malacca, all the Tamil school agents, they know me. Because we are doing so much to the children and everything. So let us continue, not only me, the whole Sai organization, we do our level best. Sai.
Thank you very much. I think we heard earlier about how many have not seen Swami physically, and we definitely miss Swami physically as well. But I think these three individuals are reminders of Swami in action. His words that are put into action, and these are really inspiring stories that we continue to see. Thank you, and thank you very much. Sai.